Hey boys, welcome to a bit of a different video, and as the title will suggest, I'll be talking about the new bombshell, honestly, from Jarryd Hayne. So it's not a bombshell that he's coming back to the NRL 100%. I was very confident he was going to come back to back into league. You know, there was always the possibility he would go to Union overseas or potentially in Australia, but I thought, you know, he's tried the NFL, he's tried the sevens. I'm sure he wants to get back to something he knows he's good at and somewhere where he, you know, he'll play and he'll earn money. So he's back, and he's back to the Titans. So these real life videos, I'm not generally gonna do videos of real life stuff. I mean, I might occasionally do it if you guys like it, but just if there's anything interesting I want to talk about, then I'll do it. And this is pretty interesting. I saw this on the news and I was shocked, dude. I can't believe he signed with the Titans. So I know originally when they were talking about his options, it was the Eels, it was the Titans, it was the Rabbitohs, I think the Roosters, and I'm sure there was another team, but there were like 4 or 5 clubs, maybe the Dragons as well. But yeah, there were a few clubs, and I mean, I didn't think he would go to the Titans, but let's talk about, first off, him saying no to the Eels. So I personally think this is a good decision for Hayne and the Eels. I know it's like Hayne, he's an Eels guy through and through. You know, the club, Eels love Hayne, Hayne loves the Eels, all that. But in all reality, I mean, I feel like if Hayne went back to the Eels, they would sort of just go back to their old ways, right? They would just be like a one person club. He would take like all the money. Obviously, they'd still have like Norman probably, but I just feel like it would be bad for the Eels overall. And I personally think Hayne made the right decision, because why would he want to go to the Eels with just coming off this controversy, and you know, all this other like bad rep of going over the salary cap, and you know, he doesn't know what club is going to be there next year. He doesn't know what players, he doesn't know what who's going to be running the club, even what coach. I mean, Brad Arthur's probably still going to be coach, but there's a shitload of uncertainty. And the one thing that surprised me, right, is I saw a couple of, I didn't read through them, but I saw like a couple of headlines of people being mad at Hayne for not going back to the Eels, and I can't understand that. So personally, Hayne, I'm not a huge fan, right? I understand he's a freak of a player. He's a very good player, but just him, just the way he sort of represents himself, or not really represents himself, but just just his persona, I'm not a big fan of. He can be good sometimes, but I just feel like sometimes he's a bit of a, you know, not the greatest guy. I'm trying not to talk too much shit. Like, I don't think he's a terrible guy or anything. I just, you know, I'm not a huge fan. But he's obviously a great player, and it's probably a bit hypocritical because I'm a Titans fan and I'm very happy he's going to the Titans. But I personally, I can't talk bad about Hayne not going back to the Eels. Like, the people are acting like he walked out from the Eels, he walked out from the club, and now he's not even repaying the favor by going back. I mean, he didn't just get up and leave. He didn't do a Sonny Bill and just leave his teammates hanging during the season, right? He obviously got permission to leave the club, and you know, got a release. I mean, the Eels did prosper from him leaving. You know, they signed Kieran Foran, they signed a stack of players, and obviously they went a little crazy there. But it doesn't you know, stop the fact that they didn't. Well, it's hard to say because they got done for breaching the salary cap. But I mean, they weren't like struggling after Hayne left, right? Obviously, it's turned bad now, but they had a good side after he left. There was no, you know, he didn't have to go back to the Eels. And like I said, I think he made the right decision because of the uncertainty of who's going to be there and I just feel like it's a good decision for the Eels and Hayne. But let's talk about the Titans. So he can play this weekend, which I feel like he's a certainty to play, but then I also feel like, are they gonna play him? I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends how match fit he is, because he hasn't played in a fair while. I think he just, didn't he come back to Australia to get, some sort of surgery done after the Sevens? So I don't know if he'd be match fit, but I mean, the Titans would probably want him in the side straight away. So that fills the question: who's going to give way? And I'm assuming it's going to be Zillman. Hayne's a fullback, so Zillman's is Zillman the captain? I think actually Ryan James is the captain. They always switch it around. I think it's Nathan Friend, Ryan James. I don't think Zillman is the captain, but I think they'll probably just get rid of Zillman. So I'm not a big fan of Zillman. He's a solid player, but I personally would have put Hoffman. I would have put David Mead at fullback over Zillman. And now the fact that Hayne's there, I mean, Hayne's got to go to fullback. Or the other option that they could do is potentially put Hayne to 5'8". So obviously Ashley Taylor is just in incredible form. But Tyrone Roberts, I don't know. I mean, Tyrone Roberts isn't going bad, but I don't know. I guess it depends. Who do they want to keep there, Zillman or Tyrone Roberts? So, Hayne could definitely play 5'8". So, we'll see. We'll see where he goes. But the Titans, man, I mean, they're the dark horses of the comp now. They have got an incredibly strong side. I mean, they don't have many injuries now. Their players are coming back fit. They're young halves, Ashley Taylor in particular. He's been a revelation this year. Throw on Nathan Peeds, Conrad Hurrell, and now Jarryd Hayne. It's so funny how things have turned around. You go back a year or so, Cherry Evans backflipping, screwing them over. Aiden Caesar leaving. A couple other guys leaving, and James Roberts leaving. And the Titans, they were no shot. They were wooden spoon favourites. But even when they started the year, they were solid. They put in a good effort, and now they're reaping the rewards, honestly, of other teams' misfortunes. Nathan Peeds getting screwed over by not really getting screwed over, but obviously the Eels drama. Peeds got to sign with the Titans. That's a huge bonus. Conrad Hurrell, I still don't understand what went on there, because the couple of games I've seen Hurrell play for the Warriors, he has been, not the Warriors, for the Titans, he has been a wrecking ball still. So I don't know what went on with the Warriors. It just feels like the Warriors just turn these superstars awful. I don't know, they're lazy over there. I don't know what goes on. But now Jarryd Hayne to the Titans, it's a funny world, man. But honestly, it's great for the Titans. I'm a Titans fan, and I know I said I'm not a huge Jarryd Hayne fan. I understand what a good player he is. So, I'm happy he's at the Titans. And, honestly, the Titans, I would put them up as one of the favourites to win the comp. I think the only thing that's really going to hamper them is the fact that they're not going to finish in the top 4, right? The Titans are no chance of finishing in the top 4. So, to win from the bottom 4, it's very difficult. But the Titans, if they stay injury free and Hayne comes back and he's not garbage, I guess the worry is, Hayne's been away for a while. He could come back and not know how to fucking catch or pass or tackle, but I'm sure there's not too much worry. I'm sure Hayne will be able to adapt pretty quickly. He hasn't been away too long. But yeah, that's a little discussion on Jarryd Hayne. This video's gone on for a little while now. What is it? Almost 10 minutes. So yeah, nothing else really to say. I guess I do have an article here. Let's what is his deal? It's he's gonna earn $1.2 million a season. So it's a big deal. I think that will be because next year the salary cap increases by a couple of mil. I think it goes up to 7.1. I think it is. I think that'll fall under that. So that's why the Titans probably can afford him. So yeah, it's a big signing. How many years is it? Let's see. Where does it say? I can't see the year. No, I can't see how many years it is, but I'm assuming it's a few years because they worded here 1.2 million per season, and obviously the Titans aren't just gonna offer him fucking 1.2 million for one season. That's ridiculous. So it must be a few years. We'll see if Hayne stays around and potentially goes back to the Eels or stays with the Titans. I guess we'll find out. And yeah, that's that. It's funny making this video because I always thought, like I said, I always thought Hayne was going to come back to the league, and if he came back to the Eels or any other club, I wouldn't have made a video, honestly, because it wasn't that big in news. But the fact he chose the Titans, I think is pretty crazy. And yeah, so hopefully guys enjoyed this little bit of a real life video. Stay tuned for other series coming up, and I'll see you boys next time.